Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back here, and welcome to the new subscribers. To the new subscribers, guys, if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please post it in the comments below. Or if you need a contact, you can find the information on the channel about how to get touch and base with me. But we're talking about the energies. Yes, you feel that. You feel this building up. You feel this strength. Following the story of the past few days about talking about the phoenix rising within you. Well, one of the phoenix rising is this little bird, kind of like a picture from the movie that Harry Potter in there, but he needs to develop the strength. But the only way you develop the strength if you're doing the work, even if you're thinking about you as a baby, I'm gonna get you back into your first year of your life, in there, laying down in the crib. What do? You're moving your hands and you're moving your legs, and you want to be active and so on. After the 6 to 7 month, what do? You learning how to get up because you don't want to lay down anymore, and you want to know the world. This is going to be a strength that it's going to come in. But we have a lot of things piles up coming in together. Mars crossing over the Aquarius. That unifications is going to be done. The moons joining Chiron and the North Node, triggering what it was from the past. Lilith is in a retrograde, went back to Leo, triggering this wisdom that is coming in, but at the same time acting. It's like, look what you did in the past within your shadow, and what was the effect within you. You may have internal communications issues at the same time, since Mercury is squaring Jupiter for it. Communications, all sort of things that are related to the earthly matters, maybe just, yeah, it is what it is. But talking about this is that building of strength, that strength that it's when all things go to positions and you're wondering what the strength of your character is built. And this is what the day is going to be, building up the strength within you. So, with that being said, going to look at it, the diagrams up here. Hi, Grande. Thank you for being here. All right. So, what are we talking about? 7 o'clock in the morning. The sun, of course, is opposing Lilith and it's squaring Uranus. Feels like lately this squaring energies they are coming for it. There've been so much to it, especially this Aquarius Taurus situations in there. It's kind of like a, yeah, you can't go like 2,000 years ahead, but let me remind you, year 2024. Okay, it's not 20,000, 22,000, 2020, 2224. It is 2024. And look at it on this, some of your consciousness that it's way ahead of your time. You're going to find out things for it. That even if you're ahead of your time, some of the things, it has to be coming in the right times and timelines, even though the consciousness is going far, far ahead. With all these energies of coming in, transformations for it. But it is about your strength. Hey, where is your strength? Your strength is what? Mars. Where is your Mars in your chart? Look at it in there because currently energies of Mars, they are moving to Aquarius. Mars is a unpredictable in Aquarius. You can't predict it in there. Mars, it is the sudden changes, sudden shift, sudden swift. But also Mars in Aquarius, for it, I'll give you some kind of like interpretations on that. He is that unstoppable force of evolution by knowing that only the one who evolves, he survives. And that energy of Mars is gonna comes in. It's gonna be triggering us a lot, and it's gonna be felt mostly like a very early in the morning. And when I'm talking about this early in the morning, the ascendant is gonna be passing between 5:30 and 6 o'clock towards Venus, Mars, and Pluto, and this energy is going to be interesting because Mars is at the 9 minute uh, within Aquarius begins to feel that strength, and that strength of unpredictability inside of it. It is because he knows the road. The question is, you know the road. And since coming in with Pluto, usually this energy is going to be shifting with your conscious. You maybe want to wake up earlier for it to be able to understand these energies before you go to work. Because if you go to work, you're going to be ready to change everything at work for it. Because later on at 7 o'clock, it's kicking up the time. The ascendant is together with the sun, with their authority, and you don't like what the universe has for you. I mean, lately that squaring, it has been heavy, and it's gonna get even more heavier of this Lilith oppositions. But when we're talking about that energies in there, pretty soon as the sun moves out into Pisces, that energy is not going to be that effective. You're going to be learning the mysteries of all this. Okay, don't go too far ahead of your time too fast. In order to evolve, you only see the road, but you have to take the actions of that road, and the actions are leading by Mars. So, controlling your Mars, you may find out these control situations within you that you have to become the wisest. Yeah, not only like a Capricorn, just go with the orders, and it's like needs to be done, has to be done, I don't care, and so on and so on. No, you are going there with the wisdom. Okay, and it's like, okay, if that didn't work, I'll figure it out. Go and figure it out. Okay, if there is a something, there is always a way. Okay, as I say in the machine world, if the machine is broken down, only the man can fix a machine because the man developed the machines. Okay, so with that being said, at the 8 o'clock energies, the midheaven, it's going to be at Sag, that's going to be sextile the sun. It helps a lot in there, but it's also trining Lilith, and things of the shadows in there that was done. You maybe have a revelations down in the past, what happened, what it is with someone, because Lilith is going to be returning us back into that. What about me? Okay, but you're going to see that it's not only about you. These positions, because that me position has to be changed. Things coming out of this, the light, things are coming in, and that's what you are working with, that energies right now to shine and bright in there. That is admitting my own mistakes, my own things, my own stuff. But first, you admit it to who? To yourself. Okay, you admitting first to yourself. All right, so 9 o'clock energy is going to be calling for doing some work. I mean, of course, you have to work because the midheaven is at Capricorn. Probably work-related issues is coming in, but they are ruled together with Saturn. Pretty good of that energy because it's also trining Jupiter. You probably look at the dark road. You see why the certain things are not growing, and you know the solutions. You find these limitations. Those limitations for it, if you tell them to the people how to advance and they're not ready to understand you, they will not. Where is this coming from? the midheaven that is at 8 degrees of Capricorn. It is squaring the moon that right now is with the ascendant, with Chiron, and with the North Node. So during this time at 9 o'clock, you're going to get the glimpses that's going to be happening in about 6 hours from now, uh, that you're going to be working with that energy because midheaven is going to be joining the ascendant, they're going to be joining the moon, the Chiron, and the North Node. Usually, when those three comes in together, that is at about incredibly powerful inner healing of oneself. Why? Because all this is in areas. Nobody can heal certain wounds but you. Okay? If you have a cut and you have a surgery, yes, the doctor can perform it and so on. But the internal wounds from within you, you're the only one person who can heal. You might get some help, but the job ultimately lies within you. And you're gonna find out some of these things that needs to be healed. So at 10 o'clock, the midheaven is going to be with Venus. All this energy towards Uranus is going to be powerful, powerful, powerful. We have this Neptune sextile, which is pretty good with all those planets, despite this squaring that it's still going to be affecting from the midheaven, but that's going to be like for a few minutes. Okay. So between 9 and 10 o'clock, you're going to feel that squaring against the destiny. It's like, oh, I can't reach my destiny. I cannot do this. But now the moon is there. The intuition is going to be talking to you. But since the intuition is going to be talking to you, and we have Mercury who's squaring Jupiter, you don't hear anything. Why? You don't see it. Why? Because it's going to be revealed to you. Okay. So that is the one thing about building the strengths is you to basically trust on your character inside of you, who you are. You to be developing this power, this strength, because Mars is going to transformations. You going to that inner power of transformations right now, ready to do what you're supposed to do. So at 11 o'clock, midheaven, it's going to be crossing over through Mars and Pluto. Mars is kind of like on the hurry up, but who is behind it? It's only a 4 degrees away. It's Venus. You feeling this union? Feeling that powers, energies of transformations internally inside of you, and there is nothing pretty much you can control. All he's asking you is don't control. That's it. Don't control, don't do anything. And the suppressions of the control, it's coming from the ascendant and Uranus. They are squaring the sun in there. But without the positions and squaring towards Lilith, that it's on Leo, it is about like stop being the king. Be in the leader, not the king. And a pretty wisdom is going to come from all this. A very powerful wisdom. But that builds what? Strength. Is that strength comes in because of that authority is going to be at 12 o'clock and you're going to be testing your strength. But the strength it's coming from Venus, Mars, and Pluto, divine energies with Lilith towards Neptune. And Neptune, which is the end of Pisces, kind of like, okay, I learned the end of the Pisceans 2000 years, ages. In there, I see the ending there, just ending. There is no more work on this. Things doesn't work for it. It's required new. Now I need to put the strength within myself, not to getting within the old, but moving into the new. And that firing a rebirth of the phoenix right now, you're gonna feel it like this new energy is there all of a sudden comes in towards you. They're gonna be coming powerful. It's just gonna be pouring. The biggest one is gonna comes in. It's in your subconsciousness in there, and you have to take some actions, which is Mars is. All right. So 1 o'clock, we're talking about the midheaven is going to be with Saturn. That is going to be the energies of you overcoming this limitations within the growth of the material world. Something happens, something moves, something gets in there, even though that you don't understand what something is going to move. Yes, the life is going on, even if it's anything that is, the life goes on, and you're probably going to learn that operating from a state of survival is not the way as you're going to be operating now from the state of evolution. You're focused more within the evolving instead of surviving. That shift within the consciousness is going to be bring a lot of internal debacles within yourself. But when we're talking about right now with this, the moon, soon as it moved a little bit forward with the 17 degrees, now she is in a sextile there with Mercury. So you got where your destiny has to be, and now you're getting a message from the moon. So from now on, you're gonna get some messages and clarities that you need to have within you, because your intuition is telling you it's time. So talking about it, 2 o'clock energies focus with Neptune. That is the divine energies with Lilith in there, and ascendant at 14 degrees. It is divine energies with Mercury. Either thought that the Mercury it is right now not in a good relationship with Jupiter and Uranus. Is basically like I don't want to grow within the material world. What is this growth within the material world? And I don't want to listen what the universe has in the material world. You have to deal with those within yourself because it's very important and critical. Where is your character? Yes, you're going to be put under pressure. Yes, you're going to be like, what is your thoughts? Are you ready for to have those thoughts, those strengths inside of you? And Mars is gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm ready, because that energy of the Pluto with Neptune and Neptune that it's connecting to Uranus, that energy is gonna be coming in. Work on it right now. That is gonna be kicked in for it. Okay, this is your strength. You show up your strength within you. If you don't have the strength, you learn it. And you're going to be learning that strength because the ascendant is going to be opposing that point of transformations. At the same time, the moon is beginning to squaring all this as she's moving, begin to moving a little bit forward. And through these positions, you're going to feel that tensions within yourself. That energy is going to begin to piles up, builds up, and so on. And this is how this pressure is going to be putting towards you. You're going to feel like you've been putting into this press, and you're this solid energy, and now the pressure comes in and smashes you, putting that pressures in there, and then the press is going to be open up in the next few days, and you're going to see what you're going to become. You can shape yourself as a diamond, or it can be the graphite. It's all about you. How you gonna be able to handle all this? All right. So talking about the next hour at 4 o'clock, the energies midheaven is going to be at the end of Aries. The ascendant is going to be at Leo. The firing energies are getting themselves up for it. You're gonna feel them. That it's not that you cannot, since the moon is in Aries in there. But these positions of the ascendant, it's only warn you what is it coming in towards you about 10, 11 o'clock. Just shows up. It's like, hey, the king shows up. You always have to fear the king. You always have to fear this power, and so on and so on. Well, not really. I mean, we're talking about Mars is changing. Mars is this warrior that sees like, well, the king is not a righteousness king, and he doesn't deserve to have a kingdom. Ooh, that is gonna be the one of this unpredictability. within you. Maybe some of the things is gonna boil your water, but you handle it in there in the boiling water. You're gonna develop your strength, and that is gonna be test. It's coming to you at 5 o'clock midheaven. It's gonna be with Jupiter and Uranus, all that squares towards the Sun and Mercury, and since the Moon it's squaring Mars. Boys, the pressure is on, right? The ascendant is at Leo, that it's opposing Mercury and the Sun, adding additional pressures in there. You're gonna be feel like you're in the incubator, okay? But that is what the phoenix is born from the ashes and the heat. Don't forget about it. Use the phoenix energies inside of you. You have that heat, and in order you to be that heat has to give you the birth, and that's what happens in Aries. If you ask me, Aries should have been Phoenix instead of Aries, but since we know that stubbornness in there, they get the right energies in that point. So talking about that 6 o'clock at in the afternoon, I know some of you are probably laughing about it, but it is what it is. But talking about the midheaven, the 26 degrees is going to be at Taurus. That energy, I want you to look at it, the positiveness under shadows energy. Don't look at it this pressure. Look what you can become. Okay, because that energy is there. It's going to be pointing out that transformations that it's coming. Okay, it's building you. You're shaping yourself. You're doing something for your future. Even those that currently it doesn't have a fruit, as I stated, before. You plant the tree, but you get the fruits 2, 3 years after that. And what you plant in there is a seed in there. It's gonna come to fruitations later on. And I was reminded about this today, actually. I'm like, man, the universe knows how to put some messages. I was walking by the store and there was this little um, plaque that was posted on the store, and I made pictures in there. Exactly saying exactly that about it. That you're the seed, okay? But it takes the strength to grow. So, talking about the next hour, that's going to be at 7 p.m. Things going to be a little bit of calm down. The ascendant that is at Virgo is trying to with Jupiter and Uranus. That energy towards the growth, and Jupiter is like, okay, universe knows what it's doing. The growth is going to happen. I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to deal with this. Uh, there is a lot of good, positive, divine energy from Mercury. Communications and understanding from within, it's required. But that midheaven, it's trining with Mercury, and this is about the friendliness within yourself. But most of all, what are you telling yourself? Oh, I can go to this. Oh, I can get into this. I can evolve. I don't have to struggles anymore. I don't have to be based of survival. It's gonna be like breaking out of the matrix. But before you breaking out of the matrix, what do you need to do? You need to talk to yourself. And this is what some of the people is gonna be breaking up in awakening process. Yes, that's gonna happen. And some of you is going to feel this at 8 o'clock at afternoon, because the divine energies from midheaven, they're going to be very interesting because they're leading towards directly towards Mars and Pluto and Venus, Lilith supporting those divine energies in the one way, and the same energies that actually coming from Neptune towards Lilith that goes in there, and then moving up to the midheaven. You're learning how to be friendly with the new energies rising up for transformations. So you're basically learning from the seed you to become a friendly with the environment that you are in, your current environment with in yourself. The moon has been moved up. She's at already like 5 degrees away from the north node, and Chiron. She begins to square Venus. You maybe feel like your emotions and the lack of love, and so on and so on. It has been kind of like not great. But all you have to do is focus not on that. Focus on the friendliness within yourself. Otherwise, you are missing the point. The ascendant provides incredible energies. What's coming towards you, okay, is going to be incredible. Okay, it's going to be incredible. We're going to have a great Virgo season because the big planet, they're going to be retrograde. They're going to come back. And during the Virgo season, we are going to have this Earth trines in there. Okay, so September is going to be a great month. I can tell you from now on. Okay, the only one thing here is that Jupiter is not going to be in Taurus. Pretty much, he's going to be begin to moving forward towards Gemini fast as he can in there, but it's still going to be able to catch it up. All right, so talking about the next hour, which is going to be at 9 o'clock in the afternoon, divine energies from Libras coming towards the moon, towards Jupiter, I'm sorry, and towards Saturn. The growth. I mean, those two right now have a tremendous growth. Pay attention to what you have on Libra on that degrees. Okay, we're talking about yesterday and so on. You're probably getting so much wisdom right now from those two. This is we're talking about the biggest guys in the skies in there. Because later on with that hour, I mean, I can tell you basically what can you expect between this 9 and 10 o'clock energy, because later on this energy is going to be opposing the north node and it's going to be coming out. It's going to be a very intensive around 10 o'clock, but there's going to be this divine energy towards Uranus. Is the universe is going to be like, okay, universe, what you got for me? Okay, I'm ready for it. I'm going, I'm moving. But these oppositions with the north node, the moon, and this energy for it is going to be affecting you. And you're going to feel it at 10 o'clock. That pressure is going to be on at 10 o'clock. You're definitely going to feel it. But the pressure, because you have to move, you have to do something. Sitting on a one spot doesn't bring evolution. Sticking down in a survival mode doesn't bring evolution, doesn't bring the new. Because when you evolve, you survive. But if you focus on surviving, you don't evolve. You get it? Got it? Good. So, like the pressures, even though the depression is a lot, there you may feel a lot of like, isn't that too much? As much as it needs it, as much as it needed, because in the next hour at 11 o'clock, we're going to have the ascendant at Scorpio, that it's going to be opposing Jupiter and the moon, that it's at about 23 degrees in there. We have the midheaven at Leo. And as I said earlier, that energy is there. Mars is not going to be happy with the government rulers. Mars is not going to be happening of what's going on in the world. Mars is not going to be happening that the changes there here, they should have been implemented. The evolutions that it's here, it should have been done. Not devolution. We need a evolution. Not devolving and destroying the world and the humanity and so on and so on. So this Mars is going to be powerful, but all it is inside of it is begin within yourself. You have to learn to control these energies. You have to learn to navigate in them. And if you can't control them, then it's going to be big volcanoes and storms and everything inside of you. And we're going to find out those with Mother Nature. Could be some things there all of a sudden comes in. But What I'm talking about this right now is stay with your strength, with your character, as who you are. Because of during the test time, there's nobody can teach you. It's about you to perform. And that performance is gonna be done in there because the authority currently in the communications is not working. What are you gonna do if you have no cell phone? What are you gonna do if there is no authority? What is if you're free out of the cage of the matrix? It's gonna require guts and strength. And that's what these guts and strength are coming. But they have to be challenged in order to be tested. Are they are gonna be working? So sit tight, work on yourself, work on your character, and hopefully that astro gravitational report helps you for you guys. Okay. If you have any questions or any comments, post it below, and I will see you tomorrow, guys. Mm, Somehow I'm missing my icons. So, okay. So no hearts today. What happened to my hearts? Okay, it is what it is. Can send you the hearts right now. Interesting. Interesting. It is what it is. Talking about communications and Mercury. Things doesn't work well with the earthly matters. It is what it is. You guys, be loved. Okay.